the last Quar Hovel I have really professionalized, so I'm just we're here in the slight pre-show of Quar Hovel. Thank you for coming. We're just settling in, okay? My roommate is having a guitar practice, okay? And I said I have a kind of a big show tonight, so maybe if you just don't practice the guitar this evening. And he said, you know, I have to make my quart also, okay? I also have to make my quart, is what my roommate said. So he's practicing the guitar at this moment, and I'm just gonna roll with it, okay? I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna try to get my head in the game. I had a whole thing. I'm gonna share with you some things I've been listening to in Quar, and it's just gonna be like a beautiful, you know, because the crazy thing is the apocalypse is a time to reimagine our relationship to private property, but at the same time, I want my space. You know, I want my space. I want my own private space. And as I live here I live in a corner. I live here in a corner, so don't even have walls. And you know, I'm not in support of walls, but I want walls. Oh my God, my hand is shaking with a bit of the conflict of being a human, but I think it has a nice video effect. Wow, do you like that? Because I rather like it. I rather like it. You see, when you feel a certain type of way, you just have to go with it. You just have to go with the flow. And so, just for you just joining us now, my roommate is practicing guitar, and it's a bit difficult interfering with my sound design, but I'm going to go with it. And we're here in my corner, and we're just going to roll with it. Okay, so I'm going to set up now this. Don't worry, you can do your thing and I'll do my thing. Narendra is an amazing artist, and I'm trying to be respectful that we all have our art practices. We all have our art practices, and we just go with the flow, okay? Good evening and welcome to Quar Hovel. Thank you so much for joining me. I've been looking forward to this, by which I mean dreading it, for a full 32 days now. Give it up for yourselves. Okay, I found this little microphone that has a fake applause, and I pretend it's you. And that was you, and I heard you coming in loud and clear. Let me hear you again. And let me hear you one more time. And let me hear that you love me. Tell me you love me. Tell me you love me. Tell me you love me. Shush, it's okay, I get the picture. Okay, so now I'm just going to, while people fill the room, by which I also mean stream out of the room, because this is the amazing thing about live stream performance. You can see everybody running out of the room. The numbers go up and then the numbers go right back down. Okay, so it's a kind of advanced form of market research happening in real time, and I support that. And I want to know if you like me or you don't like me. And if you don't like me, I know, because you just run out of the room. And I respect your choice to do that. I just have to acknowledge it is a bit uncomfortable as a performer to be on the so-called stage and then realizing, oh my God, people are running out of my show, and I can see the numbers, you know, when they fall. When one person leaves the room, I notice when one of you goes, I can see you leave. But I actually think it's very cool, because then I know kind of what's working and what's not working. And when it's not working, I just want you to know that that's intentional. It's intentionally not working, because I'm an artist, I'm not an entertainer, okay? I'm an artist, I'm not an entertainer. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not here to entertain you. No, I'm not. And also, we live in a society of attention, this distraction. Oh my God, how are we gonna make content for the new world? How are we gonna make content for the apocalypse? And I want you to know, I don't care about content. I am content. Okay, so you take your content and you just put it right up your behind. Okay, you put up your butt, you know, because for my whole life I've been trying to get the butts in the seats. I've been trying to get all the butts in the seats. You know, I've been in showbiz a long time now, about 30 years I've been in showbiz, and I'm always saying butts in seats, okay? And maybe just for you now joining us, this is my roommate Narendra, who is practicing guitar always at 8 p.m. every night. Okay, and I said maybe not tonight, it's kind of a big night for me, maybe not tonight. He said, you know, we share the space and we all have to make our art. And I said, you know, I'm gonna roll with it, right? Because this is the sound of collaboration, of cooperation, of overcoming our differences, of working together. This is the sound of giving up your right to space, property, belongings, a sense of privacy, a sense of sanity. Okay, we are saying goodbye to all of that, and we are just going with the flow. And in fact, it's a really nice soundtrack. I think it's sounding quite okay. Yes, all right. I'm kind of, yes, in a way, I'm getting in it. I had a whole playlist of medieval relaxation music to play for you, but you know, in a way, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay, so we're not gonna roll with it. Okay, sorry, wow, so that was the pre-show. Here we are at the show. This is the show, and the show is happening now. Quar Hovel is in effect. So, now, I wasn't aware of this, but the marketing people at the institutions that is hosting me on their Instagram, crazy world that we live in, it described my show as watching me spiral, or something like this. So you don't have to. Well, guess what, bitches? You have to too. Yes. So now, for like 20 seconds, before we do this, I just want to say that what I was saying, because I didn't finish my thought because I got distracted by my roommate who is practicing guitar during my show, that I'm not interested in keeping your attention. I'm sorry, I'm happy you're here, and I appreciate your support for the arts, but I'm an artist and I'm not interested in keeping your attention. I'm not here to entertain, and if I lose you, I lose you. I see you around sometime, maybe, if we ever do that again. If we ever gather, then maybe I'll see you there, but not now, okay? Because my whole life I've been trying to put the butts inside the seats. My whole life has been about the seats, putting the butts. It's been about butts, basically. My whole life has been about butts. And, you know, are there butts in the seats? Are the seats empty? Are the seats filled with butts? Okay, all I've been thinking about 30 years in this industry is butts in the seats, which I don't mind the butts. I like butts so much, actually. You know, we all have an asshole. We're all assholes. It's a great equalizer and a great erogenous zone. But I don't want them to think about them in the seats, you know. I want to get the butts in the sheets, if you know what I mean, but not in the seats. Why I have to spend so much time thinking, sell yourself, sell yourself. I'm not here to sell myself. I'm not here to sell myself. I'm here to be present with you in whatever way it is now, obviously, completely impossible, okay? Because usually my job is to get you out of the house. My job is to say, get out of the house. I know you don't want to, but I'm going to pressure you into it because you're my friend or my associate in some way, and I'm going to make you feel that you have to get out of the house because you have to see me, you have to support me and my art, okay, right? So typically I justify asking you to go to a theater, to go look at me for a half hour by saying I'm getting you out of the house and I'm bringing people together. I'm bringing people together. Okay, seems like my roommate is taking a little break from his practice. Actually, now I was kind of getting to like it, so okay. But it's just me and the silence, the void. Everything I'm saying has kind of less of a feeling of urgency, so I just keep talking now in a more chill manner. So it used to be that I would say, get out of the house, come to my show. Put your butt in the seat, watch me for an hour, 2 hours. Sometimes I have really long shows, you know, I don't care, right? I don't care. And so then the thing is, but, you know, I could justify it like I'm helping you to get out into the world and be with people. You know, I'm just the catalyst, right? I'm the catalyst. Now it's the opposite. I have to be like, hey guys, do you mind that on, for some reason, Thursday night at the normal showtime, but for absolutely no reason except that this is the protocol of nothing, of a world that doesn't exist, can you please just look at your phone and then I'll be inside it. Yes, so I want you to actually stay home and just look at your phone for one whole half hour for some reason, and I'll be inside it and we'll pretend we're connecting and you're gonna pretend that you like it, because it's basically the still things that I'm just pressuring my friends and my acquaintances to come watch me for some reason, you know. But that said, I just want to say, A, I appreciate it, and B, you know, no pressure. Like, if you don't want to be here, you don't be here. If I get one person to leave, this show, then I will know that I have done my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, my job is to motivate people to just get away from this device. Okay, so if I am making people leave the show right now, well, I think those metrics are pretty damn good, okay? What is art for if not to make you stop looking at art? Do you know what I mean? Like, art is to say, stop looking at me, bitch. Look somewhere else, okay? Like, do not look at this right now. Look at the world, okay? So basically, good art, it works if you stop looking at it, right? So if I just see these numbers go way down, these numbers, currently 23 beautiful souls in this show with me, and I see you all and I love you. So what I'm saying is not really true because I want you to stay in the room. But if you leave, I'm okay with that because I actually feel that I have fulfilled my higher purpose, which is to make you to stop looking at this art and to look at the world with renewed eyes and gaze. And okay, hold on. So I'm just going to refresh my glass of wine. Oh, I totally forgot what we were doing. I knew there was something. Okay, so the marketing people said this show is watching me spiral, so you don't have to. And I was saying, but you have to, so let's do it. Let's spiral. You have to. I'm saying that. And I can't verify it. Like, if this was a real show, I would see the people spiraling and not spiraling, and I would brutally shame anyone not spiraling. So I can't verify, and I won't know. I won't know. But I want you to know, because you do know, because you are in your body. Weird that we have these different bodies. Very strange. I know it's a bit doesn't make any sense. We're all one body in some kind of a way. I don't fully understand, but I do believe. However, right now you are trapped in your body in your private home of some kind, probably. Anyway, and so we're gonna spiral together because it's not just gonna be me spiraling. I'm doing that all the time. I'm bored. I need company. Okay, so how this works is we're gonna make a very small spiral. Now, I really like this because it's so tiny and barely perceptible. You know, this is a barely perceptible spiral. So, you know, I have basically not moved since last Quar Hovel, so you know, I'm not capable of big things, but I can do small things. So I'm just talking right now like a yoga teacher who won't be quiet while you're trying to access something higher. And oh my God, but I'm expecting you to be doing this with me now. And if you're alone, you can really get into it. If you're self-conscious, you're with your quar partner, you're with your QUAR-NER. So just do it very small. They don't even have to know. But you know that you're spiraling. We are spiraling now. We are spiraling now. We will spiral. It's a sacred spiral. It's the shape of all of the things in nature. Everything spirals. For, you know, fiddleheads spiral, and they are really expensive at a restaurant. So you can feel good about spiraling. Spiral is something to aspire to. A spiral to. A spiral to it. Yeah. So just, and you're gonna go and you're gonna spiral. So now spiral. So what does that even mean? We make a big thing and then we make a smaller thing inside, and then we get so small and then we go back out, okay? And then I'm starting with the pelvis, but maybe we bring it up to the belly. What does it even look like to spiral in the belly with our organs? Let the organs spiral. Let the organs all spiral, and the skin is the biggest organ of all, so they say, whatever that means. So we're gonna just let your skin spiral, and I'm expecting that all of you are doing this with me. This is not some kind of show. This is a practice, okay? I want to clarify that this is not my music design. This is not my sound design. This is my roommate practicing his guitar, which hit us at this time of night. But I'm going with it. You know, I'm kind of even, I would even say I'm a little bit enjoying it. Okay, like it just stopped for a moment and I actually miss it. Okay, now we keep spiral. For those of you just joining us now, we're just spiraling. I expect you to do this with me. No one has to know, but you know that you're spiraling. And now focus again, spiral with the skin. Okay, from the inside to the out, and we spiral. And I just want to bring your attention to the fact that we can all see, you know, that people are leaving the room. And so for those of us who are staying at the show, like, Yeah, pat yourself on the back. Because you have good taste in art and we're spiraling. It's so funny, I can hear my 10 housemates, sorry, I'm in Quar, but I live with like a dozen people, and they're all laughing, but they're laughing at nothing having to do with me and my show. They're just telling each other jokes in the kitchen. Amazing, my 12 housemates are not even watching my show, and my one other housemate is practicing guitar while interrupting my sound design, which I have completely abandoned at this point. Okay, and we're spiraling. Okay, so thank you for joining me in that. You can continue to spiral the whole show and forever because you probably will be anyway, so thank you. I'm gonna transition. Basically, you know, as some of you know, this tonight was going to be a big night for me. This was going to be the opening of a show that I had been working on for, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. I've been working on this show for 10 years. It was set to premiere tonight in New York City. That's right, that means nothing to me. I'm from New York City. It's like saying the show is premiering in my community center, you know, whatever. But still, big deal, okay? And I was going to premiere at a place very important to me, Abrons Arts Center, which actually my grandmother, when she came to this area from Transylvania, oh my God, I'm not going to get into family history. It was Hungary, now it's Romania. And she, was a little cute Romanian, Hungarian, whatever, Transylvanian Jew. And actually, she took acting lessons at Abrons Arts Center. And they helped her find jobs because they have amazing social services as well. Now, I'm only saying this because tonight was a big night for me, not only for my career, but also for my family. And, it has all been indefinitely postponed. They say the springtime, but baby, I'm not getting my hopes up. You know what I mean? And it's okay. I've made peace with it. When it happens, it happens. And if it never happens, let it go. Okay, I was only working on it for 10 years. Like, I can move on. I can get with it, Quar is all about new mediums and new experimentation, new technologies, and sometimes that means obsolete technologies. For example, I am now painting over my Trader Joe's brand coffee beans to form a panorama. This is an obsolete technology that I now do in Quar. Okay, is this even interesting for you at all? Wow, my lighting design. Someone get a lighting designer in here. Hello, my panorama is barely visible. And I actually worked on it slightly before I lost focus in making any material of any kind for this so-called show. But there's little ladies in here. If you paint over all of your trash and then you turn it around in front of your own face and you stare at it, I actually think it's more, makes you feel more, engage more, and elevate your state and everything, perhaps in a greater quantity than this live stream, or really any live stream. So, as I said at the beginning, if my live stream does nothing but motivate you to leave my live stream right now and go stare at your trash and sort of move it around in front of your own face and tell yourself stories about the figures on it, it's really amazing. Packaging is amazing. Packaging is, the ways that we have tell stories, and we have to tell those stories. So go leave this live stream and go tell the stories of your waste. Don't waste your time here, baby. Go do something legitimate. Okay. Wow, I'm losing steam a bit, and the reason is because you're not actually here with me. I'm alone in my room, and my roommate is playing guitar. And the other thing is that I've been living on a diet of only congee, which I really recommend. It's extremely cheap. 1 part rice to 9 parts water. You can, if you're living alone, you can live on this every meal at breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can live on this I've been living on it for 5 days, and I'm so feeble and weak at this point, essentially because it's water with a little piece of rice in it, and we stretch what we have, and we stretch, and we make do, and we're spiraling. And I forgot to say, when I say that, we're all just gonna spiral again, and we're spiraling. very tiny movements. You know why? Because I'm invested in small movements. I'm invested in small movements. Small movements are the only ways that anything ever happened, because small movements become big movements. Sometimes they just stay really small, and they stay small movements that practically no one can see. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if you compost. Nobody cares if you try to do the recycling in a city that you know has basically discontinued their recycling program, but it's about the small movements. And often the small movements even happen in ways that we can't even discern or really realize are happening. But it's about intention, and it's about presence, and it's about energy, and it's about... And I hope that you're doing this with me, obviously. I'm not here to entertain you, okay? I'm not here to put on a show. I'm here to just sit in my room and spiral with you tonight. Okay, thank you. So basically my show was really strange. It was about this little German boy in his room that he was drinking lots of coffee and lots of wine, and he considered his mind to be a hellscape, and he was incapable of producing anything of worth because he was feeling lots of anxieties about his entanglement with systems of violence that supported his art making, etc. So obviously this has continued relevance for me. I'm just trapped in my room, can't make anything, drinking coffee all day, drinking wine. Sometimes I put the wine in the coffee and I drink it because it's just like, give me stimulation. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take it anywhere I can get it. It's cool. A step all night, coffee, wine, you know, I'm not recommending it. I'm just being honest. And so here we are in my room, which now is where my show is, and my show doesn't exist, so we're spiraling. Okay, so, right. Oh my God, it's time for me to soak my stye. So now I want to talk about my stye. So essentially, I have in the past couple of weeks become what you could call a burgeoning video, quar video artist, okay? I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but baby, I'm making videos. And then, of course, as soon as I get even a modicum of success, by which I mean, like, normally in the real world, when I perform in a room, it's like 20 people, maybe 20 people, So actually right now, 33, baby, that's better than usual, but but anyway, so sometimes like hundreds of people even are looking at these vids, and it's crazy. And of course they might be looking for 1 second, but they were there for 1 second and then they ran out of the room. So it's like people running in the room, running out of the room, running in, running out. And honestly, that's kind of psychedelic. Like, really think about that. Imagine if you were doing a show and the people were just running in and running out. Oh, let me check what's going on in the show. Oops, I'm bored. I'm gonna run right out, like so fast. Boom, in and then boom out. It's really psychedelic, and I actually kind of enjoy it. And whenever I perform again, because I'm sorry, I never wanted to admit that the internet, etc., would influence my theater. My theater is about other things, but nonetheless, I might encourage, like, you want to go, you go. And I would not even comment on it. Like, normally I would shame you, but I won't shame you. Just go, but all I ask is that you run, you make it fast, like, because I like the speed of just in, out, Anyway, so like hundreds of people have been running in and out of my videos, and it's amazing. And so honestly, completely forgot where I was going with this. Oh, my stye. I was reminded because it's so visible, because it takes up about a full half of the stage now, because most of my video art is just my face really close. That's the kind of experimental work I'm interested in making. That's the kind of work I want to make, is my face really close talking to you, okay? Because I'm interested in this connection that actually feels more like disconnection, okay? That's what I meant. Call me crazy, but don't call me crazy, because whatever, crazy is a compliment and also problematic for various reasons. But anyway, so that's the style, and I'm trying to embrace it, and I'm going to do a little thing called style. That one took me all 32 days since the last Quar Hovel to come up with. Now, style means owning your lumps. Style means like you have a lump on your face and you just work it, and when you can tell someone's looking at your lump, you give them something to look at, right? right? And so here's the other thing. So I've been researching styes, and it's basically the only thing I do is research my stye. Okay, fine, you know, make use of your time in this moment how you want. And what I have found is that, and this is really my styes moment, so I don't know how visible, but anyhow, and it may be really visible to me, let me tell you. Our imperfections are just magnified when we look at ourselves in the mirror, isn't that right? So anyway, apparently a stye just happens when you are so stressed out that your stress literally manifests as a kind of a passing bubble under your own eyelid. Okay, crazy. And then sometimes it can turn into a chalazion, which is just a solidified stye, basically, as far as I can tell. But I prefer to pronounce it actually chalazion, right? I am prone to chalazions, right? Because, you know, it's pretty glamorous, actually. Yeah, I get chalazions all the time. And the thing is, they just stay there. You can say chalazion if you want to be more like Semitic or whatever. But anyway, if you want to do like the Hebrew school version of chalazion. So anyway, but my chalazion, right, actually, I think it's amazing. Nonetheless, I want it to go away. And the only way you can make it go away is if you meditate, basically. Basically, it forces you to meditate, which is an activity I detest because you have to put a warm poultice on your chalazion 15 to 20 minutes, 4 to 5 times a day. And what do you think you can do with a hot poultice on your face? Basically, you have to just sit there and think about your sins. And you have to think, why did my body give me a lump? My body was cursing me, punishing me, telling me, if you don't chill out, we're going to put a lump on your eye. And it's going to stay there until you meditate for 15 minutes, 5 times a day. So basically, I'm going to just put the hot poultice on my eye because it's my 15 minutes to do it, and probably do it for the rest of the show. I think actually I said this was a half hour, but baby, I don't care. Come go. I'm gonna probably go over because this was actually all pre-show. And we're still in the pre-show. And the star is putting a hot poultice on her chalazion, on their chalazion. You know, I just want to say, I use she and I use they, okay? I contain many. And we're spiraling. Just gonna tuck my braid under my tutu, and we're spiraling. Here's my poultice. It went cold, so I brought a radiator. And I'm just gonna heat my poultice in front of my radiator. Okay, I heat my poultice in front of my radiator, which also serves as my lighting design. Can you notice? Because it gives me a nice glow. And then what I'm gonna do, sorry, have to take off this amazing hat. Okay, style over substance, okay? And then I'm gonna just put this on my eye. And guess what? I have developed something ingenious. Now, I imagine a lot of you have styes because we're all stressed out, and essentially a stye is a ball of stress. You know this expression, ball of stress? Oh, I'm a ball of stress. Well, I find that a little bit offensive because I actually have a literal ball of stress on my eye and announcing itself to the world. So I'm just going to put this, okay, I'm going to put this, I've designed a way to make it work. And well, actually I never tried before, but okay. So you have to cut the wig off of the wig, okay? You have a wig, if all my theater people in the house, you cut this off your wig and you put it on your head, okay? The wig cap, that's the word, cap. Now I feel so great, and I'm just gonna meditate, and I'm gonna spiral. Okay, so the pre-show is over, and I think maybe I'll run 5 minutes or 10 minutes over time, which I always do, and especially now, it literally doesn't matter at all. You can come, you can go, like, what difference does it make to me, except being a little sad when I see you leaving? Okay, so I have my hot poultice on my stye. I've attached it with a wig cap, which I recommend. I told you to make all of your trash into panoramas. Here are some other housekeeping. This is housekeeping. Okay. Now, I recommend keeping track of time by having a tiny tomato in a little teacup, and we call that tiny tomato time. I put this tiny tomato into my teacup last Quar Hovel 32 days ago, and baby, this is how it's looking. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what's the point of really, you know, any kind of cultural production is, but I know that this tomato is more shriveled than it was 32 days ago. So I'm gonna put it right back in the teacup. Okay. Now here's another thing you can do in Quar, okay? Now I want you so this is my favorite activity, and I guess I'll just demonstrate. You have visits with your fake friends, okay? And you can imagine them to be whoever you want because they're fakes. They could be real, they could be fake. Okay, so take whatever you have in the house. I am a cedar person, so I have coconuts in my house for foley. Okay, and now my skills are coming in handy. Okay, so your friend is coming to the door to visit you. And you hear him coming. It's your friend Tom, your hot friend Tom at the door. Could I come in, please? I would love to stay up all night discussing philosophy of language and giving you a massage. Oh my God, Tom. That's my two favorite activities. Oh my God, Tom is one of my oldest best friends. He's really hot, and it's like we never did anything, but we have this tension that's even better than doing anything. Tom, come in. Just get right to it with the neck massage, and we'll discuss philosophy of language. For example, but you can do whatever things you like to do. You don't have to take my things. And if you don't have coconuts, you know, so maybe use the jars. In that case, your friend is... Your friend is wearing a costume made of glass jars, and they are walking through this field of glass jars. Well, so sad. I always default to masculine pronouns. It's like there's nothing I can do. I'm so indoctrinated. They are walking through the field of glass. Who's that? My cool friend? Come on in. Woo! I'm not alone in my room anymore. I got all my friends here. We're having such a good time. Oh my God, I love to wear my wig cap around my face like this with my hot poultice on my stye when I'm applying for government money and for grants, because it makes me feel like a bit of a bandit. I'm out here, I'm redistributing the money. Give me the money, give me the money, give me the money, give me the money, give me the money. And I'm writing my grant applications all day and my money for the government. And I say, well, I apply for the unemployment every single day. Every day I apply for the unemployment just to see if something is different today. Is it going to be different today? They always say I'll get $195 a week, but I don't see any evidence. But I feel like a bandit when I have my wig cap around my eye with my hot poultice over my stye, and I'm taking money and I'm redistributing it to me. Because I have some difficulty with money, and also problematic feelings always arise and whatever, but basically, you know, I make myself feel better about taking the money that I can get, right? Okay, so what other things can we do? Oh my God, so many things that you can save these Trader Joe's or whatever things. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's, Venmo me $1,000 because I'm promoting you. And you can just wrap the netting around you. Look, it's so nice, a very nice, all kinds of things. And you can... Oh my God, you can make so many. I only want to go over my allotted time, like 7 minutes. So I'm just gonna, oh my God, these things, I gotta take a deep breath. Time doesn't matter anymore. I can't believe I'm like some kind of trained monkey out here. You can take these ones, and we're spiraling. Okay, so you put this fruit comes in this, and you put the fruit container as a glove. It's really nice. And since we're just going to end with some makeup tips, okay? And we'll call it a night, because even in Quar, you want to look good, right? You want to get up in the morning and you want to look like you're ready for the day. You want to have a routine. Now, I myself don't have a routine of any kind, and I actually don't encourage it, but nonetheless, I think it's nice to dress up a bit. Okay, so now, if you don't feel like smiling anymore, I have a solution for you. Root around for some old clothespins, and wow, that's really good, right? It works really well. Now, If you leave it clipped on, it doesn't work so well, actually. If you leave it clipped on, it's a bit... Now, first of all, I don't think it looks amazing. Second of all, it's actually quite painful. So, you have to hold your smile up. You have to hold your smile up, okay? Very good. And that looks really, first of all, it looks really nice. It's not so painful because you see what I'm doing here? I'm unclasping while I hold my smile up. And it actually looks amazing. And it's wrinkle prevention. It's wrinkle prevention. So, because you need to stretch out your face, and sometimes in QUAR we forget to stretch. Like, I've been thinking, what's with these yoga people? The first week of QUAR, I did so much yoga, but then I was like, sorry. But then I was like, these yoga people are all doing the same moves in basically slightly variation, but they've been doing the same moves for honestly thousands of years. Hello guys, get some new material. Am I right? Okay, so enough with the yoga. I got to come up with my own methods of coping. And another thing that I like to do is just, so I don't use my makeup anymore because it gave me this stye, okay? But I do put some whiteout on my face. And this is really nice because if you are not sleeping at night, like I don't sleep well at night and I wake up too early. So basically I'm running on no sleep. So I have big bags and you can just put this even under the stye, right? And you put it under the stye and you'd look so good. And if you want, you can even out, right? You can even out and you can just look so nice. And even some contouring, right? So you cover that big Jewish nose up and you make it look skinny. So I used to be a bagel shop I went to get my chopped liver, and the old ladies from the neighborhood, actually right down the street from Abrons Arts Center, whose Instagram we are currently quote unquote on. And they would say, oh honey, did you get a nose job already? Because your nose looks good. I'm not making this up. This really happened. And I love those old ladies. And I said, no baby, my nose just looks this good. Nonetheless, I could use a little contouring. You know, we could all use a little contouring. Right? And then, okay. And so, now this is a little bit awkward to talk about. So I'm selling this specifically QUAR makeup to cover your bags for only $100. So you can Venmo me, Alexandra Tatarsky, $100. I will send you this special to look so nice for yourself, you know, to maintain a sense of normalcy. Okay, and if you don't get your package, I'm sorry. I'm sorry because the postal system is non-existent in a few weeks, so it's not my fault. I put it in the mail, but there was no mail, and so you didn't get your fancy... Oh my God, it really is, I was gonna say like, also awkward. We only manufacture in one, it only comes in white. I'm just gonna say it, okay? I think it's important to acknowledge my whiteness, and I'm just gonna say it, only one color, shade at this time, but we're working on diversifying. We are working on diversifying, and you have to believe us that we spend so much time diversifying, and we want to be really, really diverse and serve everybody. And okay, so I'm so committed to this kind of thing, and to also to reparations, etc. Obviously, reparations. That if you, I will even serve as the kind of point of the redistribution point. So you have to Venmo me. I see some faces that are like, where's this going? Well, I'll tell you. Venmo me $100. And I will redistribute your money. So you just go ahead and you press Venmo right now, Alex-Tatarsky, and then I will take $1 out of every single $100 that I get, and I will redistribute it. And the other $99 is just going to administrative costs because those are really high, and it's important to be bulking up the stock portfolio at a time like this so that we can really serve the marginalized. And so that is the model I'm following. I'm a small-scale organization, but just give me that money, and I'm going to spread that money around. So you just give that money right to me, baby. Alexandra Tatarsky at at Venmo. You know what to do. $100, you get this whiteout in the mail. $25 for my POC out there. It's only $25 for you, baby. And so anyway, it's like I can't tell if this is really offensive or coming across because no one's here. Like if you were here, I could see, are they laughing? Do they hate me? Do I need to explain? Do I need to go forward, step back? You know, but it's just me saying questionable things alone in my room. But anyway, I hope you realize that I'm making fun of the right things. Okay. And you know, you can even consider this kind of a critical whiteness project, right? So devoted to kind of, I'm committed to, I wrote down the definition. I'm committed to disrupting racism, problematizing my whiteness, right? And that's kind of what my show was going to be about, right? Like we bring attention to it. We really, so to my white viewers out there, you can order this whiteout for me for $100. I will redistribute $1 to someone, and then basically you can go through the world and you can say, you know, look at me, right? And you can go through the world and you can say, look at me. I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can. And what I can is to bring attention to myself, to my whiteness, you know? And we're spiraling. And sometimes we spiral so small that no one can see. So can everyone join me? We just do a final spiral. I'm about like 10 minutes over time. That doesn't even matter. So let's just do a small, tiny movements. We do tiny movements. We do what we can. Anyone who ordered a mask at last week's Quar Hovel, I really appreciate it. I have not worked on it. Now, I have only got so far as to make the base layer where I plastered my face in order to mold your face based on my face. So Venmo me as much as you possibly can, and I'll do what I can. And I just won't send you anything in the mail, and I'll blame the post office. No, I had so many more things to tell you that I've been doing in Quar, like I rip up little bits of paper and I just put them in a bag and I pet my window and so on and so forth. I'm gonna call it an evening really soon, but I want to conclude with three techniques that I do to meditate when I have my hot poultice on my stye and my wig cap over my head, okay? Now, many years ago, I met a cute teenage skateboarder, very spiritually connected guy named Julio. If you're out there, Julio, I'm so indebted to you. He gave me a book of Osho meditations. Again, Osho also problematic like most people, but we take what we can get, okay? And I said, well, I hate to meditate so much. And he said, you know, that means you need to, right? And I said, okay, you're such a wise 15-year-old and you're so hot. And so, I'm sorry, I'm alone in my room, so I'm forgetting that you're listening to me. So then I took the book, nothing inappropriate happened. I took the Osho book and my eyes fell across 3 of the meditations. So one was nonsense meditation, talk in nonsense, that's nonsense meditation. Another one was laughter, laugh, that's the meditation. And the third one was breathe in one time. Breathe in one time, breathe out one time, and that's the meditation. So in conclusion, I was hoping you could join me in 3 meditations to help me with my stress stye to melt itself. It actually hurts much more now, you know, with the pressure of the wig cap, but I think that pain is, you know, it means that the fluids are flowing and the healing is happening. So we're gonna just do this stuff first. We do nonsense meditations and we do laughter meditations and we just breathe meditations. This is my favorite because you're literally doing it all the time. If you're alive, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but if you're alive, you're doing this. You're breathing in and then you're breathing out. So first we do nonsense. Everyone do together with me, and I'm just gonna trust you. The new world we're building is about trust. Rent strike tomorrow. Rent strike tomorrow. Okay. Nonsense meditation. We talk in nonsense for like 10 seconds. Express how you feel in ways that words cannot. Right now, to yourself or to your quar partner. On the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just exactly how you feel in a way that words cannot do. It's to yourself or to your quar partner. Right now, on the count of 5, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, great. So you just did nonsense meditations. That's available to you at any time. That's available to you at any time. Now we're going to do laughter meditation again. Very brief, very brief. Force yourself to laugh. If you need to clip your sides of your mouth up, that's okay. Okay, on the count of 7, we're going to do laughter meditation very fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, I'm really forcing it, and you don't need to force it, so I'm going to bring it down. You can tickle yourself a little bit to help. Tickling yourself never works, but you can pretend it's someone else. It's my hot friend Tom. He's talking to me about philosophy of language and he's tickling me. Tom! Tom, stop it! I can't believe you're breaking quar to hang out with me, Tom, you bad boy. The only butt I want in a seat is your butt, Tom. That's laughter meditation. And then for the final meditation, we just do 1 breath in and we just do 1 breath out, okay? In through the nose, out through the mouth. You know the drill. And you can do that anytime. You see what I mean? Like, I just do it for the style, but you can do it because you want to do it, you know? Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Quar Hovel. I'll be doing this sometimes when someone pays me a small amount of money to do it. And you can always Venmo me, Alexandra Tatarsky at Venmo.com, and I will send you a whiteout in the mail. Okay, now I just jam in my room until you go away. And with my one good eye, I just wink at you. As a reminder that we must build movements. The ones that we can make. Make them. Make those movements. You can wink back at me, and a wink is really just a solo for the eyelid. And we're massaging the stress fluid. We massage the stress fluid so it doesn't start a stress ball, okay? And ruin your short-lived quar video art career. I forgot to say, if you want your imaginary friend to come visit you, you can use a nail also in a coffee cup. I found. So nice, so easy, Foley for everybody, Foley all around. And then it's like, you know, Tom or your hot person is coming to this abandoned hotel and he's ringing the bell and he's saying, there's nobody in this hotel, baby. It's an epidemic. Come on down and we'll see what happens. Now is the time to reimagine our relations to one another. Now is the time to imagine what love can look like or whatever. Rent strike tomorrow. But seriously, you can be really polite and just write to your landlord and just say, I love you. I know things are hard for you too, but I'm not going to be paying my rent and I hope you understand. Rent strike tomorrow. Abolish private property, but at the same time, when your roommate is practicing guitar in your corner, you can be annoyed, okay? You can be annoyed. We are full of contradictions. Now is the time. Meditate. The show is over. The show was happening 1 second ago, but now it's over. Now I'm just doing what I do in my room, whether you're watching or not. I'm just being my quote-unquote self, trapped in my particular body. If you want, I'll make you a clown tutu out of toilet paper, and that means it will be a luxury tutu. And we're spiraling. Don't mind me, the show is totally over. So you can stay, you can go, you know, follow what you need to do. This is no guilt. This is a no guilt zone. I feel guilty 100% of the time for reasons that I can only continue to unpack in my psychoanalysis, but nonetheless, you should not feel guilty. No idea why my keyboard is making this lovely moan. I will now continue eating my dinner, which is my pot of congee that I have been trying to finish for 6 days now, and it's really going far. You know, it's really so comforting because it tastes like nothing, and nothing is my prime research object that I love to research. That's it, guys. That's the show. Now I'll eat my congee. I have this thing of popcorn, and now I watch you, actually. And it's filled with batteries because that's how art happens, you know? Wow. Amazing comments. I can barely see out of my one quote-unquote good eye, but essentially the morals of today's show is run, strike tomorrow, hashtag guilt squad. See you next time. Thank you for being here with me. Quar Hovel.